Okay, today we're going to talk about how to create a Google sample form for your customers to fill out to request a sample. So what we're looking at here is my link tree. And so these are all my shortcuts to everything about my business. And you're going to see one right here called Request a Freebie. When I click on Request a Freebie, this takes you to my form for customers to fill out so they can request a sample. When they request a sample, it sends me an email so that I know someone filled it out and I can go ahead and send out their sample. So just a quick overview, you can see we have a cover, a header photo up here at the top, which I probably should change because all 5 of these shades are no longer available. It lets them know what this form is about. It shows them a video of how to apply Color Street. I used a video from my YouTube. Then I start asking for their information. So I ask for their name, and you can see everything with an asterisk is required. So name, number, email. I ask them for the best way they would like me to contact them, their preferred method, their shipping information for the sample, city, state, zip. And then these are really, really crucial questions. And although you may think that you're new and you don't want to ask these yet, I promise you it's better to ask them than to not ask them. So I would love more info on being a color street stylist. Yes, please contact me, or no, not yet. I would love to try a sample first. I'm not giving them an option that says no. There's no reason to give them an option that says no. They'll pick the not yet. I would love to try a sample first because that puts it in their mind that, hey, I'm going to try the sample first and then I can think about it. Same thing with hosting a nail bar. So, yes, online party or yes, in home party. And because I'm local, I'm in the Big Island, I wanted to make sure they knew that's where it needed to happen. And then again, not yet. I would love to try a sample first. And then down at the bottom, because I want to make sure that I can keep in contact with these people after they try their samples, I want them to join my Facebook group. So I make sure to put a link there and I ask them to, put their information here so that I can, approve them in my Facebook group. And that way they know that that's what I'm looking for from them. And then they click submit. When they click submit, that's going to take them to the responses, or it's not going to take them to the responses, it takes me to the responses. And that's where all their information is. Now, the only thing I'm showing you guys is their name. I went ahead and I've hidden the other parts about their address and their contact information for privacy purposes. But every time somebody fills it out, it will shoot me an email. And this is what I was talking about I'd love more information on being a color street stylist. Look, there's people that say yes. And then people who'd like to host a nail bar, they say yes. And I contact them. So what I do is I highlight in different colors for me to know how people, what they want from me so that I can make sure to follow up with them properly. So we're going to go ahead and set up this form together that I just showed you so that you can know how to set one up. To create your form, you will need a Gmail account because you will need to be in your Google Drive, which is attached to a Gmail. So, if you don't have a Gmail account and you don't want a Gmail account, your other option is to create what's called a Jot form. So, the Jot form is available at jotform.com. I'm showing you with a Google form. So, Google form, you need a Gmail, and that's what we're going to go through. So, you're going to go to drive.google, you're going to click on new, and you're going to click on Google Forms. And this is going to start you with a new Google form. Okay. The untitled form, you're going to go ahead and name it. So, whatever you want the name of your form to show for your customers when they go to it. So, free accent nails, something like that. You saw what mine is called free color street accent nails. So you can be as detailed as you'd like. And then your form description, again, you get to write out what you want. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste what I have here. And I'm going to type that in my form description. And then you're going to go ahead and start adding your questions. So your first question should be, of course, their information. So first and last name. Okay. And then you choose how you want that answer to be. Do you want that to be a short answer, a paragraph, so on and so forth? In this case, it's just a short answer. Now, I do want to require that field. I want them to fill that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and right where my cursor is, I'm just pressing enter on my keyboard, which deletes it, so don't press enter. Right here where the plus sign is, go ahead and click add question, and then it pops down with your next one. So you can totally follow the template that I showed you on my link tree. That is fine to go through and add exactly the same questions for every single one. That is not a problem. I want you to work smarter, not harder. So please feel free to copy them all. That is fine. So go through and just add all of them. Now to add in the video and the picture and all that, I want to show you how to do that. So first of all, the picture I have up here at the top, right here, this one, to add that one, you're going to come up here to the top where you have customize theme, click on that, and right here where it says header, choose image, you can choose an image from your library to put up here at the top. Now, a really great place to find images that are related to your Color Street business is in a graphics group on Facebook. That is my favorite place. I'm going to show you where that is real quick. So when you come to Facebook and you go to the original graphics group, you're going to see this one here. You do need to be a member of it, which of course is one of the recommended groups we always suggest for new stylists to join. So when you click on that group, takes you here, and you can go ahead and you can use the search bar and you can type in cover. And that will take you to anybody who's created a cover photo that you can add to your Google form. So once you find a photo that you like, you can see there's a whole bunch here. These all have Christmas ones, so I probably wouldn't use one of these. But once you find the photo that you like, you click on it, you go ahead and you save that image, save it to where you would like it on your computer, decide where you're going to save it. And then when you're in the form that you're creating, you can go ahead and choose the image by finding it through the upload. You browse for that photo that you have. Okay, so I'm going to go into my Color Street. There's my Color Street. I'm just going to go ahead and put in Nelfie. I don't think it will fit properly, but that's what I'm going to go ahead and put. It adds my photo. You can see, like I said, it doesn't quite fit because it's made to be this very skinny header. That's fine. Go ahead and click done. That's how you put a header photo at the top. Okay. Then to add like a video or something along those lines, okay, you're going to see right here you have that video option. So I'm going to go ahead and click add video. There's also an add image, so whichever one you want to do. Add video, and then you're going to go ahead and you can put in the YouTube video, or you can put in the URL here. So for me, I would go to my YouTube, and you're welcome to use any YouTube video, but keep in mind that whatever video you link, the customer has the ability to click on that YouTube video and then go to that person's YouTube channel. So you do need to keep that in mind in case you are sending them somewhere other than your own YouTube channel. So right here, you can see there's a Color Street demo. Again, this is my YouTube channel. So I'm sending them back to me, and that's what I would want. I want to send them back to myself. So right here, I copy this YouTube URL after I hit that share button, and I come back to the form and I put in that YouTube video. It shows me that that's the YouTube it's going to add to my sample form. And then I, of course, want to make sure that my video is centered. Where is that option? I don't see that option anymore. Okay, I might only have that option for images. That's fine. How to apply your Color Street. Okay. And you can, of course, move it where you want it on your form. Okay, there's those little dots up here. So go ahead and you're going to keep on adding each question. So mobile, again, I'm just copying my same one. Email, adding my thing at the top. I need to wait for that to disappear. Okay. And for me, these are all short answers and they're all going to be required. Go ahead and add my next question. Best way to contact me. Now, this is going to be a question that they fill out where I can give them a choice. So this is a multiple choice, okay? It's the best way to contact me. Now, if I want them to be able to pick more than one, I would do checkboxes, which I do. I want them to tell me if they like text and email. That's fine. Email, call. Now they do have to pick one option. So I'm going to put required. I need them to pick an option. Most people will pick email. That's the less invasive option. But I did ask them for their mobile number. So in case there's something that I really need to ask them, like I have a lot of people who forget to put their address in properly, like they forget to put their zip code or their city and state. So I usually have to text them to ask them for that info. Oops. So then of course I want to ask them for their shipping address. Okay, and you can decide, do you want it to say shipping address and this is where they need to put their city and state and zip? That's totally fine. You can make just one field. I personally have it as two separate ones to remind them I need their city, state, and zip, but I will tell you this right now, they still forget to put it even with that information. So now we're going to go ahead and these are the questions I really want you to put on your form, even though you may not feel confident about putting it on there. It is really, really important because you get to find out how many people have an interest in this. And if you're sending them a sample, you definitely want to be the one who helps them to get more information. You sent them the sample anyway. You might as well send them a little brochure on being a stylist and really take the time to follow up with them so that you can find out how much they love it and be able to, give them more info on being a stylist. So put those two in there, require it, okay? Make sure you require all your questions. You're asking them because you want to know the answer to them. Okay? Put about the nail bar, because guess what? They want to try a sample, but they really also would like to do a nail bar. They really would. Okay? This is where I get new audience members, is from this form. These are people I've never met before. They find me on Instagram, or they find me on YouTube, or a friend has sent them my website, and because I have that request a freebie on my website, it's a way for them to get in touch with me by just filling out this form. And that's a great way to grow your audience. Okay, so again, it's required. Obviously there shouldn't be an asterisk in your question. It's because I'm copying and pasting. Okay, and then lastly, I want to make sure that they know I want them to post their nail fee and I want them in my group. That's important to me for them to do that. So again, these are just the examples that I am showing you that I do. You do not have to do the same ones, but I definitely recommend all the ones that I'm showing you. You may have other ones that are even better than this, which I would love if you'd share those with me because they work really well for you. So please do let me know. Okay, I'm gonna just put it with that. That's enough. So now, after you do that, okay, you create your form, okay, then you're gonna go ahead and hit the preview button. The preview button is gonna show you what it looks like. Okay, this is what your customer will see when they go to your form. Okay, that's where they're gonna fill it out. Now, right here at the top, that's your link right there. You can send that link to people, but guess what? That link looks horrible to send to people. I wouldn't actually send that link to people. So what I recommend is two things. One, create a tiny URL, and I will show you how to do that. And two, create a link tree from your Instagram. Okay, that's an entirely separate training on creating a link tree, but you want to just link your form for people to fill out. Okay, you don't want to send that ugly looking link to them. Now, to create a tiny URL, I'm going to go ahead and show that to you really quickly. All you do is Google. I am telling you, being an adult means using Google and YouTube all day. Okay, so all I did was type tiny URL and it shows me what the actual link is. Creating a tiny URL means that you can put a long URL, which is this one right here for my form, pop it into the tiny URL, okay, and you can actually choose what you want your tiny URL to be. You can say make tiny URL and it will create one for you, or you can put a URL here that will be at the end of your tiny URL. So maybe I want this to say pineapple samples because I am the Painted Pineapple Boutique. That's what I call it. It will let me know if that is available, and it does. It says your tiny URL was created, this following URL is going to now go to this URL. So from 99 characters, we went down to 36. And guess what? That looks so much more presentable than this does. Okay. So if you're going to put that like in your Facebook group or you're going to text it to people or something like that, what you're going to do is you're going to copy that tiny URL. Okay. You can right click and hit copy, or what I do is on my keyboard, I hit Control C. Okay. And you're going to go into your notes. Okay, if you are an Apple fan, your Mac will sync with your iPhone, which is really, really awesome. So every time you create a note on your Mac, it goes ahead and it creates that same note on your iPhone. So I do something called Color Street Links, where I put all of the important links that I need into one note. And so every time I need to send something, I can send it. And you see right here, that's where all my links are. So put that link there so that you have it saved somewhere so you can access it really easily. When somebody says, oh, I want a sample, you can send them that link really, really easily if you are not yet using a link tree like this, which I would rather you send this link here. Okay. So after you create your form, you created your tiny URL to send to people. Okay. You're going to come back to your original form. Now, that's where this form is. Okay. Now, that's also in your Google Drive, okay? That form now exists inside of your Google Drive. Right now, it's called Untitled Form because I did not change the title up here. Now it's changed. So in your Google Drive, that's where it's going to exist, and you can pull it back up at any time to make any changes to it. But now you're going to go to Responses, okay? This is going to show you every single response that people have filled out. But guess what? If I go to those responses, it's going to show me individually, one by one by one by one. I don't want to see it one by one. I want to see a spreadsheet of them so that I can, mark off who I've sent out to. Like you can see the blue means I've sent it out. The white means I need to send it because this person messaged me today. So here you're going to click on this little green box. This is going to create your spreadsheet for you. Okay. It's going to ask you what you want to create the spreadsheet. Go ahead and click create. Now that spreadsheet is a separate document in your Google Drive. Okay, now there's all the fields, and every time somebody fills it out, it's going to put their information here, and that's how you're going to know who to send it out to. Now, what you need to do is make sure that you get a email every time someone fills it out. Okay, that's really, really key. So you don't miss sending out a sample and somebody's waiting like, a week or 2 weeks for the sample to get sent to them. So what you need to do is you need to set it up so that it emails you every time there is a change. Now give me 1 second to remember where that is because I actually just set that up recently for myself personally for it to send me that text. So give me 1 second to remember. Okay, right here. So when you go to tools, okay, you're going to click on notification rules. Okay, set notification rules, notify me at, and whatever your Gmail email is, okay, anytime a user submits a form, and notify me right away. Okay, that's what I want you to do. Anytime a user submits a form, and I want you to email me right away. Okay, so make sure whatever Gmail account you're using is one you're going to check, which you probably created a Gmail for your business. So that's where you're creating the form anyway. This obviously is not my business one. So go ahead and click save. Now, every time someone fills out the form, it is going to shoot you an email to say a user has submitted a form. You're going to go into your Google Drive, open this up, and you're going to fill it out with the information that they've given you, their name, their address. You're going to write a little note and send it out. And, if they said something about wanting to have a party or more information, you can say, I can't wait for you to try the sample. I saw that you wanted more information about being a stylist. Here's some info, and I will, of course, send you a message with more details. Something along those lines so they know you're going to be in contact. So that is the gist of setting up this sample form, creating the tiny URL to send out to people with the form, and then being able to read the information that is submitted to you. Okay, those are the 3 things that we just went over. So I hope that helps you.